From RedZone Weather, this is a severe weather update.
Potential tropical cyclone 16 in the Gulf of Mexico likely to become tropical storm Nestor in the hours ahead. It's moving toward the northern Gulf Coast and it's going to bring heavy rain to our local area on Friday into Saturday. We're also watching a potentially significant severe weather event set up for Monday. So we'll talk about that in a minute. First, let's zoom in on our area. We do have some clouds streaming in from the west around the large area that will be Tropical Storm Nestor. Over the next few hours, what it will be Nestor going to continue moving to the northeast, and on that trajectory is likely to make landfall somewhere here in northwest Florida or the Florida Panhandle, where tropical storm warnings are in effect this evening. All of our local coastline from the Mississippi-Alabama state line eastward over to areas just south of Tallahassee involved in a tropical storm warning. So Mobile County, Baldwin County, Escambia County, Florida, Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, Walton, Bay, Gulf counties, all included in the tropical storm warning. And there's why when Nestor passes just to the south of our area, the tropical storm force winds in excess of 39 miles per hour, likely to extend around 50 to 100 miles out from the center. Now that's when it's over water. When it moves inland, obviously those wind speeds are going to go down pretty substantially due to land friction. So again, a tropical storm warning is in effect for our local coastline, in addition to a coastal flood advisory. The big issue, or really the big good thing in terms of Tropical Storm Nestor or potential Tropical Cyclone 16, going to be heavy rain. Here's your projected rain map, and we'll put the totals on, and you can see upwards of 1 to 2 inches of rain in total. Likely not going to have much, if anything, in the way of flash flooding issues. So that certainly is good news. Most of this is going to be beneficial rain that's going to help us in terms of relief from the ongoing drought that we've had over the last month or so. Upwards of 3 to 4 inches of rain near the beach zones, especially here near Destin, back over to Navarre, back over to Pensacola Beach, perhaps upwards of 4 inches of rain for places like Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, with lesser rain farther inland. I think that the rain gradient really going to set up along south and east of I-65. So that means these areas, Covington, Crenshaw, Escambia County, Alabama, back into northwest Florida and Baldwin County, likely to have the most rain as this system passes by our area, with the center being to our south and east late on Friday into Saturday. Let's get in there and look at some of the models. We'll look at models tonight, and we'll talk more about specifics in the morning video. This is the Euro, the ECMWF, and this is valid actually right now. And you can see tomorrow at this same time, 7 o'clock in the morning, the Euro has the system moving in perhaps just a bit farther to the west than the official cone of uncertainty. But regardless of where it comes in, the impacts for our local area remain the same. It's going to be a quick hitting system that moves out of our region as we go into Saturday. But look at this. We have another system approaching on Monday that could perhaps bring in a few tornadoes, damaging straight line winds, and severe weather in general. More about that in a minute. Here is the this is the GFS, the Global Forecast System. We'll look at the Canadian next. And the GFS is a bit farther to the east. That beautiful cone of uncertainty, which gives us a good outline of where the center of circulation is likely to track, is based on the Euro and GFS, several other models. The GFS has the center coming in very near Panama City or Port St. Joe, perhaps as a moderate tropical storm, packing maximum sustained winds of 50 miles per hour. The GFS, just like the Euro, gets the thing out of here very quickly, and then on Sunday, a nice day before our focus shifts to the west, we'll be watching a cold front pushing in from the northwest that could set off a few strong to severe storms across Alabama. Now, here's the Canadian, and we'll back this up and show you that the Canadian is somewhat of the weaker solution. There still will be quite a bit of rain. And by the way, you've been looking at the 850 millibar wind heights, or winds at about 5,000 feet off the ground, kind of the consistent parameter with these models. And again, the Canadian has the center perhaps moving in as a weaker tropical storm near Panama City before exiting our area off to the northeast. Just like the last two models we looked at, then our focus will shift to the west. And yes, indeed, a chance of severe weather will set up for Monday. Again, isolated tornadoes will be possible. Here's the last visible satellite loop that we captured this afternoon before the sun went down. With the visible imagery, that has to have daylight, but at night, that's when we use infrared. But again, these were the last few frames of the day. And you can see the system remains pretty unorganized. The center is actually right in through here in the western Gulf of Mexico. And you'll see on the loop, there really is no clear-cut center of circulation just yet. We had the hurricane hunters, the NOAA hurricane hunters, fly into this thing a bit earlier today. They did not find a low-level center just yet, but that will probably develop overnight into Friday morning. And once it does, models will begin to get a better grip of the intensity and things like that as what will be Nestor races off to the northeast. So here's a look at the projected radar overnight. Storms likely to remain to our south, rain and storms. No tornado risk tonight, and basically no tornado risk for our local area here in South Alabama or Northwest Florida for the duration of the event. I think the isolated tornado risk going to set up along and east of the center of circulation. So if you're in Gulf County, perhaps over there near Tallahassee, there will be an isolated tornado risk Friday night into Saturday morning as the center of what will be Tropical Storm Nestor passes to your west. Again, those will be the areas on the east side. Our area here will be on the west side of the center of circulation. Again, rainfall going to be the big deal with this system. Upwards of 2 inches of rain. Plenty of questions this evening about the high school football games setting up for Friday night. Baldwin County schools have already postponed their games until Saturday. Same thing in parts of Northwest Florida for the Escambia County school system there in Florida. They've delayed some of their games as well. Same thing for Santa Rosa County. We hear that after school activities have been canceled. I'm not sure if that applies to football games, but nonetheless, we're getting some cancellations with this event. Be sure to check with me in the morning for the very latest on those. Now, shifting gears, let's talk about the severe weather is setting up for Monday. So what we're doing here, we're advancing forward through Sunday into Monday. That's when a cold front is going to approach out of the northwest. And as it does so, parts of Alabama, Northwest Florida, Mississippi, and Louisiana involved in the level 2 out of 5 slight risk, meaning isolated tornadoes and damaging winds going to be possible here. Basically, in these areas from Tuscaloosa back down to Auburn, back down to Albany, Georgia, points south and west down to the beaches, we all have a chance of severe weather on Sunday. We'll talk more about that in the morning video, so be sure to join me for that. Let me key myself off of the wall so you can get a better idea of your 7-day forecast. You see, we got that cold front moving in on Monday, going to knock down temperatures back again into the 70s for afternoon highs on Tuesday. And again, before we get there, the big focus Friday night into Saturday going to be potential tropical cyclone 16 and what will be tropical storm Nestor. We'll keep you posted about it all in the RedZone weather app. Again, there's our system this evening at the broad center of circulation down in through here in the southwestern Gulf. That low-level center has yet to form. Once it does, it's likely to rapidly move off to the northeast at about 9 to 10 miles per hour, bringing heavy rain to our local area Friday night into Saturday. We'll keep you posted about it all in the RedZone weather app. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I'll try to get to those in just a minute. My next video will be posted by 7:15 a.m. on Friday, bringing you the very latest. On behalf of all of us at RedZone Group LLC, I'm Spinks Megginson saying goodbye for now. Hope you have a good evening. We will see you soon.